it's a passion, a love. People who there's such a huge following in it that it's I'm not going to say it's so easy to do because a lot of times you just want to give up and actually go to the track and track race, but you can't do a lot of the stuff that you can do on the streets at the track, and the streets are the equalizer.
The car community in Charlotte, just going out of state, it's a lot stronger other places, honestly, but Charlotte's coming into its own, I believe.
I think the car community as a whole is strong. Whether it be, muscle cars, tuner cars, stance cars, imports, anything along those lines, you'll have, hundreds, if not a couple thousand people who are into that, and there's, Lord knows there's a different car club for everything. That's the good thing about the scene, how it's extremely diverse and everybody's getting into it and everybody is building their own stuff and, sinking money in their own car, which is good because, it's an expression of yourself, no matter what, Everybody says respect the build and everything, and if you got a lot of time and money in that, then, I respect it. I may not like it, but, that's your thing. If it makes you happy, that's good. And that's the good thing, because there's a lot of people that use cars as self-expression, especially going to all the car meets and stuff around here. You really get to see a diverse group of people, every weekend.
Me personally, I try to bring an aspect of, safety to some people, because a lot of guys out there tend to get, when the people who aren't bringing the hippie shit and friendship and love come out there, and they tend to try to be bullies sometimes. So me and my friend are pretty big guys. We want to try to instill the fact that, hey, no one's going to get hurt out here. Everyone's going to be safe. We want to make it safe for you can bring your kids out here if you want to a certain point in the night.
Family friendly.
Family friendly to a certain point in the night, till midnight maybe. Then take your kids home, put them to bed. Yeah. But we just wanted to feel. I personally just wanted to feel safe overall.
Yeah. You just come out there and try to bring peace and friendship and love and all that, hippie crap and stuff like that. But on a serious note, you just go out there and have fun. That's really all it is about. I mean, like I said, it don't matter to me what you drive or, how you do it. If you have a passion about it and you love it and you're generally a nice person, and you're welcome at any meet. And then you have the people out here who, kill the vibes of it because they think that they are in their own class above everybody else or separated from everybody else, and that's really not. As far as a car community, that's not how it needs to be. And I understand, the racing and everything, and that's something different. But as far as just like a car meet and a car community goes, everybody just needs to love everybody else and don't hate, because what you don't have today, you might have tomorrow, and what I have today, I could lose tomorrow. And there's a bunch of cases of stuff like that, and really, you just need to try to get along with everybody and bring class and, just friendship to the car community.
For me, it was really just a family affair. I grew up around street racing. My grandpa street raced in the 60s.
And my dad did it in the 70s.
It's a family thing for me, honestly.
Yeah. I got into this a long time ago. YouTube videos and stuff, going to car shows, watching people do burnouts, and leaving from that, it really got me into cars. And then, going out and meeting some friends, they had fast cars. I finally got a fast car, and it just kind of happened.
Normal job's really not going to support the car hobby.
No,
Not at all.
Really not. You got some people out here with $100,000 and
Exactly. In their car with nothing in the bank. When you have a 500 horsepower car and you're spraying whatever amount of nitrous you're spraying, you're not going to want to go out there and race for free over and over again. Or if you're running on a high grade of fuel that burns very quickly like E85, why are you going to race for free if you're spending all this extra money racing over and over again when you can make some money back and be a little bit profitable instead of sinking more money besides parts and labor
to something you could bring.
Fuel and
yeah.
your performance parts.
Well, there's really, if you want to separate it, there's two people that do it. There's the people who really care about it, and the people like just from the actual street racing, side of it. And then there's people that just go out with their friends and cut up and play around it.
Yeah.
Whatever is fine. Whatever you want to do is absolutely your own thing, and you go do it. But they need to be separated because there are people, that I know. It's just like, the video, that video, was a $2,000 or $3,000 race between two Corvettes, and it ended up with a gun being pulled and a fight and everything like this, because that's $2,000 or $3,000 is a lot of money. And then that's something that whenever you don't need a lot of people, you don't need a lot of drama, you just need people who actually want to do it and are serious about it and get it done and go home, money change hands, as opposed to people who just want to go out there and do burnouts.
You just need the drivers and the people who actually want to bet money on the race. Other than that, your sister's cousin, uncle can stay at home because it's just going to cause drama and confusion when it comes time to delegating who needs to get the money and who needs to take the L.
Yeah. And I think that the car community as a whole, right now, this is it, and it's going to really branch off in both directions. You have the people who care more about the the form of the car, and then you have the people that care about the function of the car. I'm over here with the function of the car because like I said, I don't care if your car has full of rust and dents. If it's fast, I like it. And over here, you have people who have $10,000 in wheels, and
stock motor.
It's stock motor. To each their own. But I'm gonna stay over here. I'd rather be fast and ugly than slow and pretty. I'm not sure if it's jealousy or if it's a money thing or something like that. I think it's, just like a high school as a collective, just thrown into college and the car world and everything else, because the majority of people come out are between 20 and 30. There might be some on either end of the spectrum,
oddball grandpa here and there, but
oddball grandpa. But I mean, everything as a whole is good. Bad thing about it is there's a lot of hate in the car community. There's a lot. No matter what you have, you could have 1,000 horsepower Corvette or you could have 100 horsepower Honda, and it don't matter what color it is, what wheels are on it, if it's got dents or not. Somebody's gonna hate it, no matter what. I like Brad and I like his Honda. I like you and your Honda. Fuck the rest. You're cool too if you have a Honda. No offense. Got a Honda back,
Yeah, my Honda. Anybody want to run a Honda for money?
Honda for money. It's a turd.
$1.
Fuck it.
I need to get at this guy.
Nah, I'm slow.
Yeah.
He always wants to run Custom Kings into the ground, but then when it comes time to race, he don't want to run. He just wants to sit there and flap off because one cylinder fucked up in the piece of shit car you beat the shit out of every fucking day. If it was a tune, it would have been all four. It would have been even across the board. Hey,
I'm not sure.
yeah. Don't you fucking run Custom Kings into the ground?
No.
Nah, man, it's usually each team's on their own, but that dude was talking shit a couple weeks ago, and then he wanted to go ghost tonight. He didn't have any courage tonight.
It's just like we were both saying, it's a lot of hate out here, and people are really jealous of other people's success and don't know how to build up the community as a whole instead of tearing it down.
So when you go to these races, obviously it's illegal.
frowned upon.
It's in
Yeah,
Mexico. It's legal.
Allegedly.
Alright.
Well, it's just like people out there smoking weed and everything. You know, you're not out to hurt anybody. You're not out to do anything other than to just have fun with your friends. And you know, you have a certain thing that you want to get accomplished. You know, whenever you and your friends just get around and you know you all smoke or drink or do whatever. You know that a lot of people do that, and you know that's illegal. And there's a lot of people who drink underage, and there's a lot of people who get out and drink and drive, and you know that's frowned upon. But people do it all the time, and you know, we hate that and we're against that more than anything. But whenever you're smart about stuff like this and you actually come together with people who really care about it or who are intelligent about it and stuff like that, you can have a great time, see a lot of cool stuff, a lot of fast cars, you know, a lot of action, and be in and out like that before anybody even knows you're there.
In the next 5 years, the car scene in Charlotte, hopefully it grows, and I honestly hope it sticks. It comes together more so than it is now, instead of branching off and kind of disintegrating into two separate classes. I wish everyone could just kind of be one big group instead of hey, my car's pretty, hey, my car's fast. Well, fuck you too. I mean, why not just come together? We all love cars, either way.
Pretty much.
I personally just prefer street racing because you can't go on the track and line up next to someone and run them over and over and over again consecutively, especially at some of these more popular tracks where they only do testing tunes every 3 to 4 months.
And on the streets, well, you know, you can find miles and miles of long pavement and do whatever you want to and not have to worry about running into the guardrail on the side or, you know, somebody else coming into your lane because the prep wasn't right. And you know, a lot of people will go two or 3 hours away just to go race at a track and, you know, spend hundreds of dollars on renting trailers, buying fuel, nitrous, all this other kind of stuff. And, you know, from the track, it's expensive. It really is. And to me, it's not worth it, especially, you know, where I am right now, just because, you know, I can go 15, 20 minutes down the street with a couple of my friends and get, you know, however much racing we need done and be back home before you even make some money before you even make it to the drag strip. You know, that's the element about it that we love, is because anything can happen. Anything. You can spin, you could miss a gear, you could do all this and that, and it's just I think a lot of it is the thrill of, in the back of your head, you might actually get caught.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just the danger aspect of it. The same reason why, you know, we get in a cage and we go underwater and swim with sharks, or, you know, we do all this other kind of stuff. It's an adrenaline rush, and it's, when done correctly, it's the greatest time of your life. Now, if there were more tracks around here and there were more tracks open that held no preps or, you know, stuff like that, then a lot more people would go to the track. But unfortunately, racing just in general is a very, very loved thing, and a lot of people support it. But there's a lot of people who don't like it. There's a lot of people who don't like loud, fast cars. A lot of people think that it's annoying. You know, pretty much just like, you know, through the history of time, you get people who hate cars, hate the car owners and stuff like this, and just say, well, it's a car, it should take you back and forth to work, and that's it. And just, you know, and I hate people like that. And you know, you need to support your local drag strips as much as possible, but whenever you go there for 2 or 3 hours and you can only race a couple times, the streets are always open.
Yeah. Free.
And they're free.